Hey guys, this is a story I want to tell for a while now, so sit back and get yourself some C4. A few years ago, I was the target of a scam call. I'm sure most of you have experienced some form of scams in your life. If you're around my age, it's probably an Amazon package scam. If you're around my skin color, it's probably a deportation scam. And if you're an average American Joe, then it's probably crypto, OnlyFans, or student loan. Anyways, I was on the receiving end of what is known as a utility scam. This is where scammers pretends to be from your electrical company, tells you that you overpaid your last utility bill, and needs your banking information so they can issue you a refund. What I got was much worse. Instead of calling me, the scammers called my utility company. Somehow, these f***ers were able to convince the idiots at Oncor that I no longer needed their service. Keep in mind, I received no alerts, no calls, no texts, not even a freaking email from Oncor for canceling their service. You guys suck balls. So one day, two electricians pulled up to my curry shop, went to the back, and uninstalled my meter. These buffoons saw that my store was open, knew that I was in the middle of service, yet still went to the back and took the meter out, all without even coming in to inform me on what the F is going on. F you, Oncor. Naturally, 15 minutes later, I lost power and I had to suspend my service. I didn't know that my meter was missing at the time, so I chalked it up to a power outage in my neighborhood. It took me almost an hour to realize that my store was the only one going dark. Now, this is where the scammer comes in. I got a call from my cell that said my meter was removed due to an unpaid $1,500 service bill. This is where I almost had a panic attack because it was the beginning of the month and I didn't have enough cash to pay for this amount. Now, if I had a clear head, I might have figured out it was a scam, but what threw me off was the caller spoke clear American English. He had no accent whatsoever. So naturally, I had to call my dad, told him about my situation, and asked for a quick loan, which he gave. I guess God took pity on me that day because when I called the number back, a guy with a thick-ass Indian accent picked up. You know how I was on the verge of a panic attack? Well, my blood pressure went from red to green in a matter of seconds the moment I heard his name was Michael Anderson. Of course, I hung up and never paid them, but I was pissed once I figured out how the scam worked. So I called up Oncor and gave the manager an earful of bullshit. How they were able to let scammers trick them into closing an account is beyond me. Did I get an apology? Yes. Did I get any form of compensation? No. Go to hell, Oncor! A few days later, the same scammer with the American accent called me up again, except this time, he actively threatened to have my meter taken if I do not pay. Of course, I responded in kind that if I see anyone within an arm-length distance from my meter, I will be greeting them with my double-barreled shotgun. This is Texas after all. The end.